Somebody out there took my son.
Mike, I know who Tommy really is.
I'm your brother, John.
But I'm also a cop.
I can't lose my son. Can you live with yourself knowing you've stolen someone else's kid?
You will keep your mouth shut.
One life to live.
What are you doing?
The curtain rod was loose. How come no one's fixed it yet? And that ladder's a piece of crap.
This ladder seems fine to me.
I almost broke my neck. Get a new one.
I'm not about to chuck a perfectly good piece of equipment because you can't follow doctor's orders. You should be home resting now.
Ah, fine. I worked out yesterday. I even got a beer with Bull last night.
Oh. No wonder you can barely stand up straight.
You know, if I need a nurse, I'll hire one.
Oh, no, you won't. You'll just run yourself into the ground until you can prove that you're a Superman or something.
I can fix a curtain rod, Chris.
Oh, all right. And your manager gets no say?
No, he doesn't.
What about your brother?
He's too busy playing bodyguard to Sarah Roberts to handle the day-to-day here.
All right, I am not Sarah's bodyguard. She's crashing with me. And I'm only keeping an eye on her as a favor to Vicky and Clint.
Keeping an eye on her? Where is she?
Sarah's a big girl. I don't have to be chasing after her every minute of the day.
Can I help you?
I'm hurt, Nigel. You don't even remember me?
Mrs. Robbins?
No cough, right? And I kind of had an extreme makeover, but we'll talk about that later. Listen, is my grandpa around? I just spent my last 20 on a cab and I'm totally tapped out.
Thank you, Lois. I know where the kitchen is. I did, after all, used to live here. Vicky!
Oh, my God.
Good morning, Dorian. I hope you're happy. Oh, it's a beautiful day. My daughter's on the mend, and, oh, my friend Dorian has come to call. What's not to be happy about?
David Vickers, and the miserable state his life is in, thanks to his dear, dear friend, Vicky.
Hey, aren't we looking Wall Street today?
Thank you. One breakfast meeting down, 2 more to go.
You don't actually eat all those breakfasts, do you?
No, I usually just get the fruit plate, but I make sure the client is fat and happy so I can go in for the kill.
Asa and Clint are mighty proud of you.
Thanks.
Oh, excuse me a minute. I see a big problem on the horizon.
Yeah, whatever. The old suite, if it's
How may I
available.
help you?
Oh, Renee. Is the old suite still available for an open-ended stay?
I'm sorry, that's not possible.
Oh, well, whatever you have free is fine.
No, Miles, you don't understand. With all the flack surrounding your legal problems, I'm afraid you can't stay here.
But...
No, I'm sorry. That's the way it has to be.
So it's guilty until proven innocent.
Come on in.
Hey, Judge just issued the search warrant.
All right, everybody ready?
Assembled and waiting in the garage.
Okay, let's roll.
What exactly are we looking for? I know it's on the warrant, but where is it supposed to lead us?
Truman's killer.
Natalie, have you seen the news?
Yes, I think I'm pretty well informed about this case, but I still don't see what it has to do with Miles getting a room here.
It's a policy I've had in place for a while now.
Really, what's that?
No guests accused of criminal activity.
Oh, I see. Then I guess Grandpa and I better do our BE meetings elsewhere because our records aren't exactly spotless.
Darling, it's not as simple as that.
Why not? I mean, you allowed Spencer Truman to stay here when he was accused of all sorts of crimes.
Hence the policy.
You know what? You don't have to do this.
It's okay, Miles. I just need to speak with Renee alone for a minute.
Sure.
Look, bad girl to bad girl here. You know what it's like, live down or live with a reputation, and Miles is just trying to salvage his. All I'm asking is that you give my friend a break here. He really, really needs it. Please.
Did Grandpa Clint say how long he was going to be?
I can't say. He was on a business call. It could be a while. Now, if that will be all.
Oh, come on. Take a load off. Have some of this delicious tea.
I appreciate the offer, but I have a crew of plumbing specialists to oversee a problem with the cooling system in the wine cellar.
You're not going to leave me here by myself, are you?
I'm afraid, yeah.
Asa won't mind. Besides, we have a lot of catching up to do. So, how are things?
Galloping apace.
Asa's been working you hard, hasn't he? I can tell. The sun's barely up and you already look beat. Let me talk to him for you.
That's kind of you, but I'd rather not rock the boat.
Come on, we both know how tough Asa can be. He wants everybody working for him to be mucking the stalls or whatever he did growing up. I can't imagine how hard it must be to ask for a raise or even a personal day. Must be a nail biter. How much vacation time do you get anyway?
2 weeks.
That's it? You have been with the guy since the dawn of time and all you get is 2 weeks?
That's Mr. Buchanan's policy.
Look, Asa has a real soft spot for his great-granddaughter. I would be happy to go to bat for you.
That won't be necessary.
Nigel, you have to fight for what's yours in this family, just like I have to fight for what's mine.
And that is...
See, somehow they've gotten the wrong idea that I'm bleeding out my trust fund, and they cut me off.
I see.
Crazy, right? I mean, I am very responsible, just like you are. The way I see it, us regular folks, we have to stick together. So, I would totally be willing to talk to Asa for you. If you could help me out a little with Grandpa Clint.
Sarah.
Look, I know Grandpa is going to come around. He has to, sooner or later.
Then speak with him.
I will. But come on. A little backup intel wouldn't hurt, you know? Like how does my grandfather think? What's going on in his head? Anything you can give me so I can help loosen up the purse strings a little?
You could ask me that yourself.
It was too early for this.
It's her again, isn't it?
I pawned her off on your cousin. She's Christian's problem now.
What if something happened?
If it's an emergency, they'll bust the door down. See.
You gave her a key?
Balsam, it's the Landview Police Department. We have a key from the super and we're coming in. How you doing? All right, you know what you're looking for. Bag it, tag it, let's move out.
What the hell?
Begging your pardon, ma'am. Search warrant for the premises.
What for?
Evidence relating to the murder of Spencer Truman.
You can't do this.
You had your chance to cooperate, Balsam. Now I'm gonna find what you're hiding on my own.
One Life to Live on ABC, brought to you by Staples. Get your kids organized for back to school at Staples. That was easy.
I have absolutely no idea what you're going on about.
I got this from David. It reads, Dear Dorian, Martinique equals beautiful. Hard to make a living, got a job at a resort. And making a go of it. It doesn't help that they don't seem to understand my French. C'est la vie. Love and kisses, David.
Well, that's pretty much what he wrote to me. Actually, he seems to be doing quite well there. Coffee?
Read between the lines, Vicky. This is a call for help. I mean, hard to make a living. That means inadequate, legitimate employment. How long is it going to be before David is making ends meet by being a common gigolo?
Oh, Dorian, come on. You know as well as I do, David always lands on his feet.
And on his back. More than a few times.
Yeah, well, you'd know a lot more about that than I would. Have a little faith in him.
Tai Chi lessons aside, I know David 10,000 times better than you do. He's not going to make it as a cabana boy, hosing down beach chairs, sticking little umbrellas in other people's drinks. He has a far more existential disposition.
Do you know that's the first thing you've said that I actually agree with?
Then you know that this meaningless monotony will drive him mad or to an early grave. Either way, it's all you're doing. You and your sanctimonious guilt-tripping. You made him give back $10 million that was rightfully his.
Nobody put a gun to his head.
This is your doing, and it is your responsibility to save him.
He's not asking to be saved.
He is begging for it. Vicky, it's in your hands. Give him his money and bring him home.
Thank you, Nigel. Now then, did you think that getting Nigel on your side was going to win me over to your cause?
Nigel has been with this family since before I was born, and Asa walks all over him. What's wrong with me trying to back him up a little?
What's wrong is that you're trying to get him to help you shake down the family tree.
I resent that. I am not some kind of...
Sir, no. Don't dig yourself in any deeper, okay? Now, if you want to talk, let's just talk. But you should know that you'd be better off being straight with me, not coming at me at some angle.
Cool. I'm the same way.
Well, good. What's on your mind?
Oh, well, I don't know if you've heard or not, but I need money. So, can I have some?
No.
Look, you and I are much different than the rest of the family. I mean, Grandpa, Uncle Bo, Dad, they all see things in absolute, black and white. Although Grandpa's version can be a little different sometimes. And we do know gray.
I'll give you that.
Miles' case, his situation is one of those. Look, whatever happened to get him in trouble, it's not clear cut. He may have done something wrong, he may not have.
Darling, all I have to do is look at him to know that he did something wrong. Besides, he's a Lawrence. I don't understand after what his brother did to you. Can't you just let that go by?
Miles is not his brother any more than you still run a whorehouse. Excuse me, brothel.
One thing I learned from my business was how to read people. And that man has a lot of guilt about something.
Don't we all? Look, do you really think that the judge would have let him off on bail if he was such a dangerous man?
All right, then. Mr. Lawrence, Claude will show you your room.
What?
No more visits from working women. Got it?
Let's book that room then.
You know what? I don't want to stay where I'm not wanted.
Miles, you gotta stay somewhere and you can't go back to Marty's, right?
No, she's having our marriage annulled.
Well, I guess that gets rid of the house hunting. I should throw you a party.
Hey, if you even think about taking a picture of my girlfriend, I will sue you so first.
What are they hoping to find?
I don't even think they know. It doesn't mean they won't find something.
Not anything about Tommy.
There's no way this is legal.
Feel free to check out the warrant.
I'm gonna call my lawyer. That's what I'm gonna do.
Rick's clothes for me? So much for bonding after the palace roof.
I was doing my job, and I'm doing it now.
Well, you could have at least waited till we got dressed.
I'm sorry, I have to make sure you don't destroy evidence.
Part of the job, I got it.
What?
What's your problem with me? You have Truman's killer in custody right now. She confessed. Why are you still hounding me?
Because you and Mike are still hiding something.
So you get your goons to tear apart this place? This is a total abuse of power.
No, it's a murder investigation.
So you think what? I helped Marty Saybrook kill Truman?
Don't get sanctimonious. You were found holding the murder weapon.
And you cleared me.
So you were the getaway guy.
Right. You believe that as much as you believe Saybrook killed Truman.
Why does it surprise me that you won't get off your high horse long enough to help anyone?
He has a job. For once in his life, he's not leeching off society. He's actually contributing to it.
He's serving drinks, mortgaging his very joie de vivre that makes David David. If he had that money that is rightfully his, then he could be of service to society. He could make meaningful contributions to worthwhile charities. It could happen.
Yeah, when pigs fly. Dorian, David is growing from this experience.
He seems perfectly fine just the way he is.
Really? Have you forgotten about your aborted wedding? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're not sorry at all. But now I understand what you're really up to. Yes, by keeping David unhappy, well, you're managing to keep me unhappy as well.
Now that is a totally convoluted piece of nonsense.
Really? You tried to use David to break me and Clint up. That did not work, so you're trying another tactic. You're rubbing David's present miserable condition in my face, hoping that I will go running back to him. Well, it is not going to work, Vicky. Clint and I are here to stay.
Look, it's not like I'm asking for a blank check or anything. Just a little bit of cash until I get stuff sorted out with Cord and Tina.
Well, that's easy. Get a job.
My parents have been bitching and moaning to you, too.
Well, I was been in touch with your dad because I had to let him know what's going on.
So you're the reason I got cut off. God. And here I was like an idiot thinking we were cool.
Sarah, I am not going to hide the fact from your father that you were back in Landview. Anyway, Cord called me back a little while later. He told me what he thought.
No, let me guess. I wasn't acting in alignment with the spirit of the trust.
Actually, yes. Now, I assume he was thinking that you'd stay put if you couldn't afford a bus ticket.
I hate that.
Don't. He's just being your dad.
Well, it's a little late for that, wouldn't you say?
Tell me something. If Cord hadn't given me a heads up, how much were you planning to take me for?
You make it sound so underhanded.
Well, how would you describe it?
Broke and desperate? Did Cord tell you about all the crazy rules he made up for me?
I don't think using the money wisely is crazy.
Yeah, and checking in and settling down and only dating guys that he and Mom approve of if we could find her. And who said I was wasting the money anyway? You know, my boyfriend didn't even know that I had it. It's not like I was out buying cars or mansions or...
Sarah, the point is, you were lying to your parents.
What? And you never lied to yours? I sent a few misleading postcards telling them what they wanted to hear. Otherwise, they'd get an ulcer knowing the way that I was living.
What's happened to you?
Todd Manning, that's what happened. I was going along just fine.
What I mean is, what happened to you? When did you become so untrustworthy?
Everything's moved around back here.
The bartenders did it. It's more efficient for them that way.
Yeah, well, I can't find where anything goes.
Well, good thing you're not serving night in, night out. I'll do it. It's my job.
The system was fine the way it was. I'm changing it back.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, well, it's my club, my rules.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Where are you going?
Well, to find a new job because this one's obviously not working.
Yeah, well, grow up.
Me? Grow up?
You know, I come back to work and everything's changed. The menu's different. I'm surprised you guys didn't get rid of the bongos.
Come on, Antonio, there's nothing wrong with the changes, and you know it. You're just pissed about your life, and you gotta feel like you're in control of something. And you know what? I don't blame you, because I'd feel the same way.
Well, thank you for your permission.
All right, go ahead. Screw around with the club all you want, but just don't expect me to be here while you do it.
All right. I'm sorry. You're right. I just need to do something.
Believe me, I know.
Bo won't let me back on the force yet. Jamie's at day camp. If I don't keep myself busy, all I do is think.
And you don't want to think.
No.
Look, I'm right there with you, man. But you know, sometimes even staying busy just doesn't cut it.
Any news on Evangeline?
No, nothing, no change.
It's tough.
Yeah. You know, when she lost her sight, she was going nuts. And to be that helpless. And now, if she's awake somehow on the inside,
she's fighting to get out.
Yeah, right. And here I am, doing my job, taking my pictures, trying to stay busy.
Because you got to keep living your life. I mean, Evangeline would want you to do that.
But how am I supposed to do that while she's there frozen? Maybe for good. How do you move on when the woman you love is still in there, but may never be able to love you back?
My filing cabinet? Are you serious? Dude, that's my laptop. Okay, that's a shredder. You really expect to get anything
Boss's
from that?
order. Thank you. Quite the load here.
Well, looks like you got your work cut out for you.
It's not a problem. I could use the overtime.
Oh, good. Get it back to the barn, start cataloging. Process the computer first, put it on my desk, and I want to take a crack at it when I get back.
Got it.
Well, looks like my guys made a bit of a mess.
Save it. You're not sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't really apologizing. Did you really think you could lie to my face and get away with it?
John, don't do this.
It's done. It was done when you obstructed this case. Whatever happens now, it's on you.
No, it's on you. I warned you about this months ago. You're gonna hate where it leads.
How much trouble are we in?
One Life to Live will continue in a moment here on ABC.
Dorian, I am not going to fight with you today.
We're not fighting. It's over. I won a long time ago.
Whatever.
I know what you're doing. You're lying in wait to tear me and Clint apart.
Actually, you're wrong. You can have Clint with my blessings. But for heaven's sakes, try and be happy.
What? I am happy.
Oh, great. Then go and share it with Clint. And let David live his life, and for heaven's sakes, stop wasting your time and mine with all this nonsense.
I'm a very fortunate woman. I have two wonderful men in my life. Protecting David and loving Clint will never be a waste of time.
You sound just like Dad. Why can't you be like this? Why can't you be like that?
Oh, neither of us wants you to be any particular way.
Sure you do. You both want me to be some perfect Buchanan maiden that has just enough attitude to be entertaining, but when it comes down to it, she's just a doormat who will tell you you're the king of the world.
Sarah, you know, the last time that you were home, you were sick and living on the streets.
I was living the way that I wanted to.
Well, your dad is worried about your welfare. He's only trying to help.
Cord's help always comes with strings.
Like the strings you attached to the deal you were doing with Nigel?
Okay, that was wrong.
Talk to your parents.
I don't even know where Mom is.
All right, then just talk to court.
He just wants to control me. And that's what this whole trust fund thing is about. I never even asked for money. He just set it up and then didn't tell me about any rules until I was hooked.
You make it sound like an addiction.
I'm sure that's the way he wanted it.
Well, getting a job would break the habit.
Why do you believe him over me? You never even asked me for my side of the story.
Sarah, you're my granddaughter, and I love you. And I'm always going to do what's genuinely good for you, whether you like it or not.
But you won't give me any money.
What I will give you is something at BE, an entry-level job.
No thanks.
Well, how are you going to support yourself?
It's not your business.
Sarah, I'm not your enemy.
I know. I already got a job. Booking acts at Capricorn. So it's all good. Let's just forget this conversation ever happened. Moment of weakness. It won't happen again.
I don't see how the end of my marriage is a cause for celebration.
It was sort of a figure of speech.
Yeah, well, it was insensitive.
I'm sorry, Miles. I don't mean to hurt you, but don't you see how much better off you are without her?
No. No, I don't see that at all.
The longer you stay in a relationship where both parties aren't in it 100%, the more you get hurt. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
No, John wasn't even close to being good enough for you.
Neither was Marty for you.
You didn't like her because John was interested. I'm sorry. No, I'm being insensitive.
It's okay. But, yes, Marty may have rubbed me the wrong way. But look what's happened to you since the two of you got together. I mean, you're facing prison time.
But that is not her fault.
But it's connected, Miles. Can you honestly tell me that your time with Marty was really happy?
Yes. And it would have gotten better if we had more time.
But you don't.
What, so I'm just supposed to let it all go? My first family, my first home?
There's only so much you can do.
But I would do anything.
Look, I know this is hard. You love someone so much and you think that you can write out all the problems.
We were doing that.
Apparently not. This wasn't real, Miles. You're playing house. You're playing husband. I mean, you were acting the way you thought a happy couple should act. But it's not real. And you'll have the real. You'll see what a huge difference it makes.
She made me breakfast. I bought Cole his first tuxedo. I saw him off to his prom.
You can't force these things. If it wasn't real in the beginning, it won't ever be.
Well, try anyway. Get this guy off my back. Stupid lawyers.
What'd he say?
He doesn't think he can get the judge to throw out the search, but he's gonna file for the motion anyway.
What if we should get Bo to intervene?
No way. Bo already suspects that I withheld something from him when he put the screws in me before. Asking him to bail me out now.
It would just make him suspicious all over again.
Ugh!
All right, look, maybe we're overreacting. And you're right. You've been through this before, so just do what you did last time. If you and Michael stick to your stories, John won't find out about Tommy.
The man's a bloodhound. He just needs a scrap and he's off to the races.
So then don't give him a scrap.
He just ransacked my place.
Yeah, but there's nothing to find here, right? Right?
So what do we got?
Rex's hard drive processed and ready to go.
All right, you find anything in the files?
Not just your garden variety PI cases so far. Rex did find Paige Miller's son, though.
Yeah, Hugh. Truman turned out to be his father.
Exactly. And Truman is mentioned several times in Rex's file, so we're just gonna keep digging.
Okay.
Computer forensics made a clone of the hard drive, and they're trying to retrieve all of the deleted files.
All right, well, While we're waiting, I'm gonna take another crack at it, now, just in case they miss something.
Tell me you don't believe it unless you see it for yourself.
One of my many character flaws, what can I say? Is there anything I need to know?
It's just basic security, nothing too hard to crack. There's firewalls and passwords. It's all written down for you.
Very good. Let's see. What is this?
A trash retrieval program. Forensics is running it, but I know how you like to DIY.
DIY?
Do it yourself. I speak text.
OMG. Thanks. Okay, Balsam. Let's see what you got.
Well, I hate to say it, but you got everything covered.
Well, you know, if you're really itching for something to do, there's always the grease traps. They could use a little scrubbing.
I get the hint. I'll get out of your way.
Come on, I'm only kidding. Stick around. I could use the company.
Why don't we take the day off?
We? You're already off.
No, but why don't you join me? We'll go pick up Jamie, we'll go have some fun, and we'll have a thinking-free afternoon.
Well, what about the club?
Hang a sign, say you've gone fishing or something. Folks will survive.
What about the employees without their tips?
You're right.
You know what? I'll get someone to cover. Why don't you pick up Jamie and give me a call telling me where you are?
The aquarium. She loves it there.
Okay, sweet. So I'll do some prepping and clean up, and I'll meet you guys at the aquarium.
Great.
Cool.
I can't stay here.
Miles, come on.
No, Look, your grandmother's very polite, but I can't walk through here, this lobby, every day, day after day, knowing she doesn't want me here.
Okay, there's other hotels.
Yeah, but then my legal situation's gonna catch up with me. I'll get kicked out of there, too. Now, you know what? I need an apartment.
Yeah, landlords run credit checks. They ask for references. You're not gonna get an apartment in one day, no matter how loaded you are.
Well, then I'll camp out in my car until I land something.
Not an option. You know what? Come with me. I think I have a much better idea.
If the cops get me, you don't know anything.
Rex! You don't know anything about Tommy? You don't know anything about Todd? You don't know anything about anything. Got it?
Is that an order?
I don't want you getting mixed up in this.
Okay, stop protecting me for 1 second and actually focus on what's happening here. Was there anything in this apartment that could lead to Tommy? The littlest thing.
But I don't know. That's why...
Think!
I am thinking!
Think harder!
Okay, they just took everything I ever had on every case I've ever worked on. I haven't memorized every paragraph.
Okay, yeah, but you didn't keep a file on this case, right? It was all in your head.
I think so. If there was something in those files, it would be small.
Too small for John to notice?
I hope so.
Okay. What else? Garbage.
Week old lo mein, they can have it.
Shredder?
Just bills. It's cross-cut, major tape job.
Good, all right. That just leaves your laptop.
Right.
What?
There was this one thing, but I deleted it, so it should be gone, right?
What do we got here, Balsam?
Oh, David. Enough about my chi already.
Mom?
Hi, baby. You forget something?
No. I've invited Miles to move in with us.
Miles Strickland? Oh, thank you, Nigel. Good morning, Dorian.
Good morning.
What brings you by so early?
I've had a very difficult morning and I just needed a lift. But I'm really more interested in what has got you so agitated.
I had a little blowout with my granddaughter, Sarah, not Brie.
No, Brie.
No.
Yes, Sarah is back in Landview.
Yeah, that's another long story.
I heard a little bit about it from Todd and Blair, but just let me guess. The issue was money. Uh-huh. Well, we are talking about Tina Lord's daughter, aren't we?
Yeah.
How did she make out?
She didn't get anything. I told her to get a job.
Well, good for you. Nothing builds character like good, honest work.
Hey, Vega! What do I have to do to pay for that drink? Just hire me, you pain in the ass. Chris? You around?
Well, at last.
What are we talking about? How bad is it?
TJ's death certificate. The one I forged for Todd.
Peter Adam Lee. How do I know that name?
Even if McBain were to magically find that document, he wouldn't know what it means. It's not like I called the kid TJ Manning or anything. The only way he can link the two would be if he got a hold of the death certificate I gave to Todd.
Well, do you think that Blair gave it to him when Todd went missing?
Maybe, but it's one slip of paper John would have seen months ago. His memory's not that good. He's not like Elephant Cop.
What's Todd's kid's death certificate doing on your hard drive?
Nothing's gonna happen. We're safe.
I got you now, Balsam.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.
On the next One Life to Live.
We always end up hurting each other, don't we?
I think you're protecting Miles right now to provoke John.
Something else I want to say to you.
You want to tell me why you wanted Manning to stop looking for his son? Let the lady go.
I don't think so.
You want to change